Think on a time period when you all began this journey at attempting to create demise in someone else's life, steal and take what did not belong to you, and go on this adventure as if it was fun and games at destroying somebody else's livelihood and career and character, defaming their character, and stealing from them what did not belong to you. Though it seemed like it would last forever, think of the timeline from when you all began plotting and planning and implementing and attempting to be initiated into groups larger than yourselves that you thought would be there for you. Think on the timeline from when you started to where you are now. And honestly ask yourself, even if you're the type of person who loves illusions and love being in denial and you're even dishonest with your own self because it's very difficult for you to face the truth within yourself and very difficult for you to face reality. I know. Many people do whatever they can to avoid the hard questions and avoid truth and avoid reality. It just makes them feel safer and feel better. But it doesn't change the outcome and the inevitable of what's coming toward him. It just makes them feel better to be in denial at that moment. But think of the timeline and how long it took. Did it last very long? And even within the time that it lasted and the temporary gains and the temporary illusion of success, was it worth it to you all? Are you all still feeling like you would have repeated this or done the same thing twice or over again if presented with an option to change your course and your mentality and your behavior and your actions and do things differently? Would you all say, I would sign up to do this again, knowing and learning what you're beginning to learn and see now and everything that's unfolding? Even now, would you say to yourself, I received many multiple warnings. I saw many signs and I chose to ignore them. I intentionally chose to ignore them. I defiantly, stubbornly chose to ignore them. I arrogantly chose to ignore the warnings of my own spirit team, my higher consciousness, my higher self, wise counsel from those who actually cared. I chose to arrogantly, with pride and unhealthy ego, ignore the guidance and warning of the inevitable. Would you repeat the same thing over again? If presented with a different opportunity, the question becomes, why did you ignore it in the first place? And if you wouldn't ignore it a second time or a third time, if you were given another chance, then what is the difference with you correcting your mistakes and your actions now? Is it or does it fall down to one or two things? Holding on to appearances, the appearance that everything is fine and normal. This is associated with being disassociated. This is more denial and delusion, ignoring the inevitable, ignoring what's going to unfold, no matter if you like it or want it or not. It's going to unfold. This is still more denial and ignoring the truth. The other thing is you're too embarrassed. You don't want to come off as being wrong or an idiot or making the wrong choice, or you're allowing the other idiots who helped pull you off your divine path or from making the right choice or decision to continue to love bomb you and gaslight you and convince you that you should stay put, stay stuck, and stay in an unhealthy environment, a toxic situation that you, within your heart of hearts and deep within your soul, know that you're supposed to walk away from a long, 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 long time ago. So these one or two things, the last two things that is remotely possible of what you could be thinking or experiencing and or ignoring, remaining in a state of denial and delusion. I want to keep up appearances for appearances' sake so it don't look like I made the wrong choice, even though you know you did a long time ago. Or I have to stay stuck in this situation because the person next to me, this idiot, this devil, is begging me and love bombing me and telling me what I want to hear, which fits into more delusion and denial. Because if I have another liar and devil next to me, that's feeding me more lies. This is how we got here because I wanted to listen to lies and believe in lies, a fantasy and illusion in the first place. Something that wasn't real. It was a lie. It was an illusion. It sounded good. And I fed into it and went along with it. Yeah. But the reality, the divine, the universe, your spirit team, your guides, your angels, is showing you a completely different set of challenges and reality, trying to get you to wake up and learn your lesson. And the divine is undefeated. The universe is undefeated. So that means, again, the initial question, from the time you all begin till now, was that a very awfully long time? Did it take that long? It may have appeared to be as if it was going to last for a while, but did it truly last for a long time or permanently? See, just as you all plot, plan, and scheme and try to come up with the long game, the universe is undefeated. The universe has the ability to say, oh, you're not done yet. You're not ready yet. You're not ready to acknowledge truth yet. You're not ready to face yourself in the mirror yet. You're not ready to face the tough questions or ask yourself the tough questions yet. Okay. There is no force and no power that is greater than universal law, universal principle, universal truth, divine law, spiritual law. So whatever game and plot and plan and resistance that you come up with, whatever stubborn, resistance that you are allowing yourself to experience, the divine is going to let you resist. Resist all of that up out of you until you can resist no more. But the issue is you should have the wherewithal, the courage, and the wisdom to see the direction the divine is guiding you and see it as a mercy, see it as a grace, see it as a correction, allowing you to grow up, to mature, to become wise and make better choices. But you keep resisting to the extent where you can resist no more. In other words, it doesn't matter what you think, how you feel, you're kicking and screaming, what you want, what you don't want, what you believe, what you don't believe. You are going to resist until you can resist no more. It's kind of like being forced to the edge of a cliff. You don't necessarily want to go to the edge of the cliff, but there's a force that is pushing you to the edge of the cliff. And I made videos about this last year and a year before. Why you got to be the one to be the idiot, to be forced to the edge of the cliff or voluntarily keep running the wrong way towards the edge of a cliff. Why can't you be the one that have common sense and wisdom and the ability to stop yourself, grip yourself, and turn around and get back on track? Why you gotta be the dummy to keep running towards the edge of the cliff despite the many warnings, despite the many, extended mercies and grace for you to get back on track and turn around and develop the courage to speak the truth and tell the truth, because that's the only way out, confessing and getting that weight up off you and relieving yourself of the embarrassment. It's already seen, it's already known. And the more you resist, but by the time it's all said and done, all of your secrets and intentions, no matter how much you lie and try to explain it away and justify your choices, it's all being seen, it's all being heard, it's all being felt, and everyone knows better. You're the only one that's in denial, listening to the devils and the idiots around you, trying to keep you stuck with them while you go down together. The lesson was for you to learn the lesson. Wake up, snap out of it, grow up, change your course of direction, tell the truth, speak the truth, move past the embarrassment, admit what you participated in, admit the choice you made, admit you made it for security, admit you made unhealthy choices for a good time, for an invention, for materialism, for superficial reasons. Admit you lack the patience and the empathy and the compassion to see the value and worth in being patient and working together and grinding and yielding and being humble enough to listen to your higher consciousness and your spirit team. And instead of making the choice that appeared to be solidified with everything that you could possibly want in that moment, opposed to making the choice that required you to put in the work, to put in the effort, and to work with somebody who appeared not to have what you wanted in that moment. However, they themselves had everything you could ever possibly imagine and wanted. Had you recognized their energetic signature, recognized their light, and had the patience to work and grind with them, opposed to wanting it now and disposing of them, throwing them to the wayside, attempting to make them feel that they wasn't worthy or valuable, and that the smiling liar and charming devil and those who were greedy and superficial around you had the better options and choices and best wisdom and advice. And now you're learning the lesson and you're seeing, regardless if you want to admit it or not, that all the people around you did not give you the wisest or best advice. And that no matter what magic spell in the place of communication, no matter what magic spell or lie or deception, it is not going to outdo or outrun or change divine decree or universal law or the decree of the universe. Everything you're doing is only adding on to your pain, your misery, your karmic debt. And no matter how this is explained to you out of love, you still refuse to receive the wisdom and the message behind it, even though you know it's truth. Everything you do other than relieve yourself of the pressure, the weight, the lie, the deceit, everything you do other than confess, tell the truth, speak up, change your direction, is only adding to the pressure and the karmic debt. Is only adding more of what you're trying to avoid. You're trying to avoid embarrassment. However, you're already embarrassed. And the more you continue on, you're only going to be more embarrassed and seen more as an idiot, seen more as dumb, seen more as stupid, talked about more by the people around you. But here's the thing, they're already talking about you. They're already laughing at you. They already see and know you went the wrong way and made the wrong choice. And the reason you did it was because of greed, pride, arrogance, and unhealthy ego. Everything that you want to avoid based on appearances and continuously staying in this bubble of denial and delusion is already happening and taking place all around you. Everyone already sees you. Everybody is already talking about you. So why would you keep yourself there? You're the only one in denial in your brain, in your mind, in your bubble. So what you do, you turn to substances, you turn to sex, you lay down with anyone or anything. You try to turn to whoever can make you feel good or whatever can make you feel good in that moment, instead of facing reality and growing up and looking yourself in the mirror and saying, you know what, I'm going to get this right now. There's nothing to take to my grave. It's already out in the open. I'm going to go ahead and face this head on. I'm going to stand in the mirror and be the best version that I know I could be, that I should have been in the first place. Everybody already knows. Everybody's already talking. The idiot next to me didn't have real direction and guidance. They was just as greedy and fucked up as I was. I might as well just go stand in the mirror. Real change only comes by doing things differently, not doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over, thinking that things is going to change. Real change comes with a decision to change, to do things absolutely different than what you've been doing, accustomed to doing. Changing your behavior, mentality, your mindset, everything must change. Completely opposite from what you've been accustomed to doing and practicing and thinking has been able to work. And if it worked in the past, it's no longer working. Now what? If you have a vehicle that stops working for whatever reason, what happens? Even after you get past the stages of trying to repair and put it in the shop, throwing money down the drain becomes useless. So what do? You get a new car, you get a new vehicle, you walk away. Situations, relationships, it happens. When they are no longer serving your best interests or having you in a state of peace and growth and maturity, you walk away. It's okay. It happens all day, every day. There is no rules and regulations and laws that say you must stay bound to toxic people, relationships, and situations. Even if it's dealing with your old self, your own self, and your own messed up, limited perceptions and mentality and beliefs. You don't have to stay stuck and bound to limited perceptions and beliefs. You can change your own thinking and outdated beliefs and limited perceptions and toxic behavior and lack of growth and immaturity. You can change. You can say, I'm done. I'm tired. I'm tired of being stuck. I'm tired of being an idiot. I'm tired of living a lie when everybody else is laughing and seeing the truth, regardless of me using substances and turning to sex or do whatever it is I do to continuously hide and bury the pain in the truth. The truth is already out here. The truth is already known. So I might as well, step up. Everybody sees the truth that you're trying to avoid, that you're doing more harm and damage to yourself. When everybody sees the truth that you're trying to avoid based on appearances, why continue to do damage to yourself and everybody is seeing it anyway instead of just facing it head on and get back on track? Part of the lesson is stop giving your power away. Stop listening and taking bad advice from people around you. Stop letting other people control your decisions and make decisions for you. Learn how to grow up and make your own choices and stand in those choices. And if you make mistakes, say, I made a mistake. Let me try something differently. Let me do something differently. Failing is not a negative, bad thing. Failing is stepping stones to success and correction and getting back and staying on course and remaining in alignment. Failing by making a wrong choice in that moment is not necessarily failing. It is a stepping stone to get to the next level. But if you fail by way of atrocities and diabolical behavior, abominations, then it becomes an issue. It becomes lifetime or karmic debt. It becomes in danger of losing the ability to reincarnate and to continue on and to be a member of existence and being removed from existence and having your very soul devoured and removed from all existence, or having your bloodline and lineage cut you off for fear of you tainting the entire bloodline or cursing the entire bloodline, especially if your mission and obligation is of higher standard and higher regard. Face yourself, look yourself in the mirror. The same energy you put into pretending and acting and fronting like you have it all together and you're healed, you can actually put the work in to heal and to learn to get it together. The same energy with acting and pretending, you can put that into actually doing the work. Just pretend and act like you really want to do the work, and while you go through the fake uh, motions of pretending and doing the work, you'll actually trick and fool yourself by way of the fake acting and pretending to actually be doing the work of healing and truly raising yourself up and raising your frequency and your vibration. Instead of acting and pretending, why don't you act and pretend and go through the motions of actually doing the work? But do it with a clean, sincere heart, with humility, and ask your spirit team to come in and help you. Start with that. Always ask your spirit team, high vibrational ancestors and angels, to come and help you and support you in cleansing your heart and changing your perception and learning to see things from a different and higher perception. Changing your heart, opening your heart, and becoming the best version of yourself that you know you always were supposed to be and you can be. But it starts with you. Stop giving your power away. Stop listening to the idiot and the devils around you who gave you bad advice and helped you get in this predicament in the first place. Take your power back. Start making your own choices and decisions. Come what may. If you make mistakes, come what may. Doesn't matter. Correct it. Get back on choice. Own up to your decisions. Stop being so immature and an idiot that you have to let everybody around you make choices for you. You could choose for me. You could choose for me. You could choose for me. You could decide my important decisions. You could decide my life choices. You could choose for me. You could cry in my ear. You could be a bitch and cry in my ear. I'll listen to you. I'll go, yeah, I'll attach to your emotions. Yeah. You can convince me to stay in a toxic situation. Yeah. You could pull on my heartstrings with the usual acting and crying and or aggression and anger or raising your tone, and yeah, I'll keep giving my power away and being an idiot, dumbass idiot, and following everybody else's emotions instead of taking responsibility for my own. Yeah, I'll keep ignoring the universe. Yeah, I'll keep ignoring the writing on the wall, the signs. Yeah, I'll keep ignoring it like a dummy, even though the inevitable is going to happen. Yeah, I'll keep ignoring the signs, even though everything is going to be exposed and unfold, because the mercies and extended grace and extended mercies have repeatedly shown me and warned me the direction this was all headed, and I chose to ignore it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. Stop. Stop. Grip yourself. Look yourself in the mirror. Sit yourself in a corner. Put yourself in a closet. Close the door. And change the path and the direction. You don't want to be a part of these clowns, these stalkers, these weirdos that eavesdrop and ear hustle. These people who act like they have nothing else better to do with their life, belong to a demonic cult of weirdos. You don't want to be a part of this group no more. They got nothing going on. They have nothing for you. These devils is under judgment. They believe me. Prophecy is real, irregardless of your culture, irregardless of your religious beliefs and ideology. Every single culture speak of the end times, speak of the great and dreadful day, sort of speak of ending time, speak of doomsday, insofar as a great reset, right? Every culture understands and knows that there's going to be a great reset. Where do you see yourself fitting in? Do you want to be fuel for the fire? Do you want to be fuel for the rocket ships or the chariots? Do you want to be the ones left behind that are marked for judgment on this planet from those who spent their entire lifetime attempting to create demise in other people's lives, selling their soul to belong to this fake Truman Show cult, demonic cult, etc., or those who refuse to raise up in degrees of consciousness? Everyone is not going to make it. Many are called, few are chosen. Even those who are potentially chosen, who are star seeds, earth angels, who refuse to come out of their shell and work together and begin working together for the next phase and the next level of creating and building anew within this new sun cycle, this next 24,000 year sun cycle, right? Those who refuse to stay stuck where they are will be stuck where they are. Those who take wise counsel and hear the call and see the signs and go within and consort with their spirit team and say, am I supposed to be taking this to the next level beyond my living room, my basement, my attic, my own YouTube channel or whatever, my own business? you know it took leaps of faith to get to that point, to create your own business, to have courage and faith, and listen to your spirit team and let them guide. It took faith to get to that point. That's wonderful, that's great, but it doesn't stop. Ladies and gentlemen, This is an entire mission over the next 24,000 years sun cycle. We are the catalyst and we must get busy. We got work to do. We don't have time for this bullshit of staying stuck in comfortability. Just as we had to grow beyond being comfortable, it doesn't stop. You don't reach a certain level of comfortability and then it stops. You have to continuously evolve and grow and remain in alignment with divine planning, with the divine blueprint. And if the divine says, okay, boys and girls, beloved children, it's time now for you to come together. And we know that is also uncomfortable, just like your awakening when you had to, take leaps of faith and trust in us and coming out of your shell and creating your YouTube channel or being a speaker or being a librarian to help the community. Yeah, it doesn't stop. We have to come together because we have to create strong communities. We have to honor these divine unions. We have to usher in future star seeds that's going to go further than us, that's already going to be, in alignment. Whereas, we are the ones that can give them this knowledge straight away soon as they born and teach them the right way soon as they born, unlike having narcissistic sociopath parents who betrayed us, abused us, left us hanging. No, y'all. God damn. Even we need to change our thinking. Yes, we would love to be individuals and stay hiding and stay in our shell. Yes, we prefer working alone. But that's not going to get you to the next level. That's not going to allow you to be accepted. And if you think that special arrangements is going to be made strictly for you, and you're just going to be able to go off to the side and light your candle in your attic, and somehow, some way, you're still going to be counted amongst the 144 who was willing to put the work in and come together and come out of their shell and not be stubborn and hard-headed, then good luck to you. Good luck to you. We're going to see how that's going to work. Wish you all the luck in the world. I pray that you know how to turn yourself inside out, turn yourself into a Merkaba, turn yourself into a ship, and you have your own GPS navigational system to get back beyond the stars. When the solar flares and the meteorite showers and the cataclysmic events begin to take place, and people are scrambling, trying to figure out, you know, where to go, what to do, how to survive. When those who were given the decree, the authority, and the obligation to come together as the catalyst to be divinely guided, to have that navigational system, and to be able to work out their differences and set their differences to the side. Well, I strictly believe in this. That's fine, but you're still a star seed. You're still part of the 144,000. Well, my culture was this. That's understandable. Your culture said you strictly believe in the Messiah or this or that. Fine, but you're still considered a star seed, a chosen one. And all of those things will be hashed out and ironed out as we go along and continuously build and work together. Nothing should stop you or get in your way from uh, removing your unhealthy ego and pride and arrogance and coming together and working together and building anew with your soul tribe and your soul family, not with narcissistic sociopaths, not having one foot in and one foot out and continuously running back to the other side looking for guidance and help. Not with waiting to the last minute and the last moment when things pop off and begin to unravel. You want to go run into the establishments and departments and agencies that, entrapped you or lied to you or that you always had a strong stance against. Now you want to go running asking for their help when things unfold and unravel. No, you were supposed to unfold and unravel unhealthy ego and arrogance and work together with your soul tribe. Identify and recognize your soul tribe. Recognize their worth and their value and understand that they went through the same thing that you went through, and it was meant for you all to find each other and come together and work together and move away from these clowns and idiots and sellouts and these demonic cults and covens, and begin to create and build your own amongst your own tribe who is not going to be jealous and envious or step on your toes, or those who are not going to be angry when you achieve success, but rather applaud your success. And listen, I heard somebody who I admire speak on jealousy and envy amongst Soul Tribe, and I'm pretty sure that happens, but that needs to and will be ironed out because true soul tribe who have gone through similar trials and tribulations and was treated as black sheep and etc., they understand and know that there is nothing that is supposed to stand in their way of being envious and jealous of others who went through the same similar experiences. That is your passport into saying, yo, you understand me, you know what I went through. You've gone through similar experiences, trials and tribulations. Therefore, we can conversate, we can mesh, we can work together, we can honor and respect one another because you went through exactly what I went through and you know what it took to get through it and beyond it. There's no reason for me to hate you or work against you. I want to work with you. I want to work through you and you through me and us together and build and create the world that the divine is leading and guiding us to create with those catalysts who are directly, directly, directly tapped in, directly guided by those most powerful, potent beings in all of existence. And so with that guidance, we can build and create our world, our way, where these future starseeds don't have to suffer the same nonsense that we went through. And it's legitimized, it's solidified for all times. And we will be found and seen as worthy souls who put the work in and put aside our pride, arrogance, and unhealthy ego. And they will welcome us home in that regard. But if we choose to be stuck and stubborn, oh, I just purchased this home, I'm going to stay here. Okay, good luck when the sinkholes and the floods and cataclysmic events take place, because we tried to guide you and say that's a nice achievement, but it's time to move now. But we have to have economic structure and an economic base. You're absolutely right. But sometimes we have to make adjustments, stick and move, and we're gonna create over here now. But we have to get you all to come together. And if we need to get some of you to move from over here in order to go get the other ones over here, and then y'all end up over here, then that what needs to be done. However, we're not going to keep explaining every move and every step, so you're going to have to get your ass on board and do what needs to be done, because we're not going to continuously, hold your hand and give you every single detail, because we can't have every single detail exposed. You're just going to have to buy in, understand that you have to take a leap of faith, because you're already supposed to be beyond that point. Even to get where you are now, you're already supposed to understand consorting with your spirit team and taking your leap of faith and getting the answers you need and not being afraid and scared and insecure. Those who choose to be insecure and stay stuck in their ego and they got it all figured out, fine, that's your choice. Nobody is going to twist anybody's arm. Nobody is going to try to convince anybody of anything, because you claim you're a coach, you claim you're tapped in, you claim you're a healer, you claim you have these gifts, and you do. So why are you not using it to, ask your spirit team, is this true? Or is this a lie? Or is this a front? Is it real? Is this a charlatan, a wolf in sheep's clothing? Is it real? Is this true? Is it a next phase, a next level, continuously sticking and moving? Are we the catalyst? Are we truly building anew? Are we creating our new oasis? Do we have to weed out the narcissistic sociopaths that's going to try to weasel their way and create separation and division, and copy the moves we're making and try to build it first, even though it's going to fail because they don't have the divine blueprint and planning overall? So whatever they copy and mimic and try to rush ahead to create what they think that we're creating, is still going to fail. It's still not going to have the covering, the protection, and the guidance from the divine and those most powerful angels and ancient overseers. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all.